Warning: Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
On March 8, 1971, 8 activists, including a cab driver, a daycare director, 2 professors, broke into an FBI office in Media, Pennsylvania, and stole every document they found. They wanted to document how FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover was spying on citizens and actively suppressing dissent. The break-in occurred as much of the nation was fixated on a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, which was billed as the fight of the century. The identity of the burglars would remain a mystery for over 40 years. Soon after stealing the documents, the activists, calling themselves the Citizens Commission to investigate the FBI, began leaking shocking details about FBI abuses to the media. The documents exposed COINTELPRO, the FBI's secret counterintelligence program, a global, clandestine, unconstitutional practice of surveillance, infiltration, and disruption of groups engaged in protest, dissent, and social change. Targets included the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, the Black Panthers, the American Indian Movement, the Young Lords, anti-war groups, black booksellers, and other groups.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like, share, and if you're watching this on the replay, the hype button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, welcome back. Welcome back. It is good to see you all. There's a few things happening. We got some good news on our good brother Carmelo Anthony. And it's just one step, but, you know, we celebrate every win. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about some things that's happening in politics, just a little bit in Florida. And then we're going to get into the main subject. Before we do, family, let me go ahead and scroll on up. And I appreciate you all being patient with me. I had some technical difficulties on this end. That's why I kept having to push some things back because I was trying to get things to work the way it's supposed to. A B1 salute and shalom to our sister Andrea Jones in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Rael in the building. Much love. Shalom. Thank you for being here. Our sister Anita Harrell in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here. Our good brother Project Leroy in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, family. As well as our good sister Aquarius Minded. Much love to you, my sister Queen. Thank you for being here as well. Our sister Hurricane Nisi in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen, and thank you for being here. Our sister Intrigue is in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here as well, my sister. Shalom, shalom. Larry B in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Christian Wright in the building. Shout out to you, my warrior family. Much love to you and thank you for being here, as well as Joseph Word in the building. Shout out to you, family, and much love to you and thank you for being here. The Ruby Runner in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here. Much love to your family. Much love. Ramses the FBA in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here. As well as our good brother Eddie Foster in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here as well. M. Hampton in the building. Shalom to you, our sister. Thank you for being here. Much love to you. Our sister Southern Breeze in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here. Shalom, shalom. Paradise Mac in the building. Shalom to you, my warrior brother. Thank you for being here. As well as King Youngland in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, family. Queen Trey Goddess in the building. Shout out to you. Shalom and thank you for being here. Much love to you. Our sister Delaney Brooks in the building. Shout out to you and shalom, my sister. And thank you for being here. For everybody who's not in the chat, shalom to you and thank you for being here. For everybody who's going to catch this on the replay, much love to you. Now, let's start out with the Carmelo Anthony situation, because in case you haven't heard or seen my post earlier here, the Roach, who got a job as a judge, has been recused for the next steps within the Carmelo Anthony case. Shalom to our sister Priscilla Taylor in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, as well as our sister Mrs. L in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. And yes, this is very good news. This is very good news. Not just for this situation, because tomorrow he's going back to court. Now we don't have to worry about him presiding over the same damn case and then just tossing it out saying, oh, well, yeah, I felt like I gave him a fair trial. So, yeah, we don't need to do this over again. This is terrific news. So we're going to get into it. Shalom, B1. Salute to our good brother Antithesis in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother, and thank you for being here. Now, let's get into it, shall we? An administrative judge ruled District Judge John Roach Jr. must be removed from overseeing the next phases of Carmelo Anthony's murder trial. The hearing began at 9 a.m. inside of Collin County Courthouse in McKinley. Judge Sid Hartley, Judge Sid Hartley, an administrative judge out of San Antonio, was presiding. Roach was held in June when Anthony, 19, was sentenced to 35 years in prison for the murder of Austin Metcalf at the high school track at Frisco, blah, blah, blah. That's going to get into that, blah, blah, blah. When Anthony's appellate team arrived about 8:30 a.m., a crowd of more than 24 people seated outside the courtroom started to cheer in ties, dresses, sneakers, bracelets, and the supporters sported shades of purple, Anthony's favorite color. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody who was out there just to show their support and love to the young brother. Anthony was seated in the courtroom shortly after 9 a.m. next to his attorney, Mike Ware. He was wearing a dark green short sleeve jumpsuit Probably the same jumpsuit we've been seeing him in that picture. His head shaved, his wrists were chained in front of him, secured to his waist, excuse me. Before the hearing began, Russell Wilson, Anthony's lead counsel and former Dallas. Why is there so many former Dallas County prosecutors involved in this case? I'm sorry, family. Former Dallas County prosecutor asked Harley if Anthony's restraints can be removed. Harley granted the request. I'm sorry, family. I just noticed that there's just so many people, so many folks that with former prosecutors that's involved in this goddamn matter, or who worked for DAs, or who was a former DA. It's just crazy to me. A B1 salute and shalom to our good brother Iron Will in the building, as well as Enigma and our sister Opal Ivy in the building. Much love to you all, and thank you all for being here. I'm telling you, man, it is quite literally just a lot of people who worked for the other side who's been a part of his defense team. I'm just saying. Too many. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let's go here. Interview indicates compromise impartiality. Exactly. This is exactly why I said, for anybody who saw the video that I did on John Roach, on his the called the Roach known as Judge, one of the things that I made very clear is that I'm very happy that all these people are coming out speaking, including Jeff Metcalf. Everything that they're doing is only helping the case and hurting themselves. So when John Roach came out and did this interview, knowing that Anthony had already put in his intent to file an appeal, oh, you best be believing this was going to be something that the courts would have to look at. And yes, he's retiring at the end of the year. December is going to be his last month. And I think that they should go back and look into all of his prior decisions and make sure there wasn't any chicanery within those situations that's similar to Anthony or worse. A B1 salute and shalom to new Yasmin, Yas Queen in the building. Much love to you, my sister, and thank you for being here. As well as did I miss you? Lunch Eyes in the building. A B1 salute to you, and thank you for being here. And Pink Blue in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. DA knows the dirty tricks they're playing. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is what I mean. Like, this is just a bunch of, just to hear so many DAs has been involved in this case. That's all I'm saying. A B1 salute to Presidential Mike in the building as well. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. Let's continue, family. Anthony's legal team pointed to the interview Roach sat for just days after Anthony's trial ended as evidence that Roach impartiality was compromised, a strategy that ultimately proved effective. Yeah, it would prove effective, damn it, because god dang it, you shouldn't be sitting down even speaking about this situation. You shouldn't even be speaking about this situation, especially after they already made it known that we are appealing. You're supposed to at least act like you're impartial. And everything that this man was saying during the interview Do you think he got it right? They got it right. Yeah, they got it right. They you know, they made the good decision and their decision was right. And you're supposed to sit over the appeal or the request for a new trial? It makes absolutely no sense. And I agree with that. They're all in cahoots. Absolutely. A B1 salute to Ramona Bryan in the building. And Ab Chill in the building as well. Much love to you and thank you for being here. White supremacist judge couldn't help himself. That's what I'm saying. When I first saw it, I smiled. The very same way I smiled when Jeff Metcalf came out going on that racist rant. I smiled from ear to ear. I smile from ear to ear because I understand that all this, the trial is not over. Like I said, it's just beginning. And these folks thought that they had won something, and so they tried to basically do a victory lap. They tried to go ahead, spike the football. But here's the problem. All that spiking the football that y'all was doing, all that arrogance that you guys were showing to the world, it works against your case, especially when you're a freaking a suspected racist, and then you go out on a racist tirade. Or especially when you're a judge and you sit here throughout the whole case showing that you are impartial. Showing that you cannot separate yourself from the case. You cannot be impartial, excuse me. But let's continue. Wilson began by playing an 18-minute unedited audio clip of the interview Roach gave a WFAA reporter shortly after the trial, a conversation cited in the motion to recuse. The interview spans several topics, including efforts to protect juries and witnesses, the decision not to have cameras inside of the courtroom, and the toll the social media viral. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. I'm tongue twisted right now. On the case, did the jury get it right? The reporter asked. They did, he said. They listened to the facts. You mean the facts as you forced them to give it, right? Or the facts that you forced upon them, because you didn't give all the facts, and not all the facts was brought out, and the things that could have been brought out was not brought out. You instructed the facts, is what I'm trying to say. You instructed the facts. They listened to the facts and they got a verdict. Whatever they say, they got it right. They get it right. What's your take on Carmelo Anthony? The reporter asked shortly after. He seems like a nice young man who committed a crime. And he understands today, more than any day before today, the consequences of committing a crime like he did, Roach said. Yeah. Does that sound like a judge who's not biased? It sounds like just if I didn't know you to be a supremacist, let me just be very clear. If I didn't already suspect you and the whole goddamn courtroom to be a kangaroo court, let me be very clear about this. That statement alone makes you sound biased. It sounds like you were hoping, after instructing the jury on certain facts, You were hoping that they would come to this conclusion. More like expecting. And now that they come to the conclusion, you couldn't wait to get out and spew your white supremacist talking points. That's more like it. A B1 salute and shalom to our good brother Torian Reigns Reloaded in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother, and thank you for being here, as well as our sister only Pamela's Way. And a B1 salute and shalom to our good brother Christopher Ellis. Thank you for being here, my warrior brother, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold. Now I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior brother. Now let's continue here. Wilson cited Canon 3B10 of the Judicial Code, which states a judge must abstain from public comment about pending and impending proceedings. And make no mistakes about it, this was still a pending case. According to the WFAA's interview, Wilson said Roach's commentary was not only directly related to the motions for a new trial, but was given after Anthony had already notified the courts that he would be appealing his conviction. Duh. See, this is just, like I said, it's at some points, it kind of feels like this was meant to fail. They only wanted to get a little rise out of their white supremacists, knowing that this was going to fail. So they did little things and said little things because they knew it was going to fail anyway. That's what I'm getting out of this. That's what I'm getting out of this. He has publicly declared a judgment on the very thing sought to be resolved, Wilson told the courts. Anthony's legal team pointed to the interview, which is the first time Roach publicly commented on the trial, as proof that the judge's impartiality was compromised. Their brief also noted 3 other occasions appellate attorneys argued raised concern about Roach's impartiality. A written statement he made to Fox News, a gag order he instated barring those involved in the trial from speaking about it publicly. The gag order, like I said, that gag order was a mother lover. All things that come on back to bite people in the butt. In a June 17th letter he addressed to members of the Colin Cowley family. In the letter, Roach, who is retiring at the end of the year, they want to make sure to throw that in there. He's going to be retiring at the end of the year, guys. Don't worry. This is all egregious, but do not worry. He's retiring at the end of the year. Wrote that presiding over this trial was one of the greatest honors of his judicial career and that he believed it was handled fairly. For those who saw the video that I did on this situation, on his interview, didn't I say that it all sounded like he really wanted that case regardless? He sat there and tried to lie and said he had no idea about the case, but he really wanted to reside over the case. And I'm like, how the hell do you have no knowledge of what the case is about or anything like that, but yet you're so eager to reside over it? And then this statement right here confirms my suspicion, at least to me. Shout out to Miss Nisi. She said, in my opinion, Roach judge should receive no pension. Oh, in my opinion, it should go a little bit farther than that. Not only should he receive no pension, like I said, they need to go back and look through his jacket and make sure that he didn't do other people, innocent people, in the very same way that he did Carmelo Anthony. And I'm pretty sure that he has, because if you didn't did it once, I'm pretty sure you didn't did it twice. And if you didn't did it twice, you didn't did it thrice. So they need to go back through that jacket. And if he has done it, then he needs to be prosecuted. He needs to be quite literally locked up for obstruction of justice and any other god dang anything else you could throw on him. Yeah, retire him broke, but also make sure he see the insides of those cages until he passes away. Let him pass away in a cage like he deserves. Shout out to you, my warrior sister. A B1 salute to our warrior brother, Reparations Nation in the building. Much love to you, my brother, and thank you for being here. Let's continue. Well, really, we don't need to continue with this here. You know what? Let's continue. Let's continue. Roach declined to comment on his recusal. I bet he did. He was so eager to talk. Now he done got recused and he don't want to open his mouth. And no comment. No comment at all. God dang Negroes. Yes, for 35 years, absolutely. For the same damn sentence. Oh, okay. Let me continue. Roach declined to comment on his recusal hearing and his various public statements since the trial, when reached via email by the Dallas Morning News. David Finn, a Dallas defense attorney, and former criminal trial judge who is not involved in the case, said he doesn't believe Roach comments warrants recusal. Really? Calling them acceptable and understandable, but not advisable. So if it's not advisable, how are they unacceptable and understandable? Given the intense scrutiny around the case, family, these folks be going off of I'm white and I say so, and they do it consistently. I'm white and I say so. It's not advisable, but I tell you what, it's acceptable. It's understandable. It's like watching a basketball game and watching somebody get kicked in the groin, and then the person takes a 3-point shot. And the coach go running on the damn court like, hey, what's up, man? Where's the foul? And the dang referee turned to the coach, say, hey, man, look, it's not advisable to kick somebody in the groin, but it's acceptable. It's understandable. No, that sounds weird as hell. It sounds dumb. I mean, just the fact that he's a judge, a former trial judge who just said that. Oh, man. A sparse crowd, largely media, gathered outside of the courthouse Wednesday morning, unlike the scene from Carmelo Anthony's trial in June. when dozens of demonstrators for Metcalf and Anthony's family argued over the proceedings. The hearing, like the trial, is open to the public, but those hoping for a limited seating, a set of seats, inside of the inside were handed numbered business cards when they arrived. So that's good because they have an order of how they're going to get people in. They will be instructed to join the security line in numerical order, until the room is full. The rest will be sent to an overflow room where the proceedings will be streamed. That's good. That means everybody ain't gotta, just worry about what happened the last time, where they shut out the media, where they shut out the public. Even if you cannot get into the courtroom, there should be another room where it is being streamed live to the public. On everything, they were restricting black folks like it was a country club. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out Edward Barber in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. It must be nice to have a racist government that will lie for you. You're absolutely damn right. Racist government, racist media, just plain racist all the way around. Shout out to you and thank you for that comment. The inclusion of the overflow room is another notable change from June's trial, where Roach restricted the live stream without providing an on-the-record explanation. Here's the on-the-record explanation. He don't have to tell you. I'll tell you all for him. Here's the on-the-record explanation. He's a white supremacist, and white supremacists are going to supremacize. They're going to uphold the system of supremacy, and the system of supremacy was supposed to be practiced in the dark. So you got to black out the media so that the system of supremacy can work in the way that it needs to work. That's what the system does. And that's what white supremacists who uphold the system do. Just in case people needed that explanation. A B1 salute to our brother Damon Reeves, as well as only us in the building. Exactly. They all stay on code. And that's what that blackout was meant to not show. Everybody in the courtroom, from the damn trial judge to the goddamn DA to the defense attorneys, all getting on code to railroad a young man who was trying to save his own damn life. Yeah. Anthony's appellate team is now pointing to the decision as proof that their client did not receive a public, fair trial. Weeks after the conviction, a new team of appellate attorneys filed two motions, one for a new trial and the other to recuse Roach, arguing he compromised his impartiality by making several public statements about the trial after sentencing. The hearing to argue for the new trial is expected to begin Thursday morning. Yep, tomorrow. That's right, Thursday. I forgot today is Wednesday. Thursday morning, where a new judge will preside. So, free Carmelo. All praise to the Most High. Prayers up and blessings down on our good brother. Like I said, this is good. This is good news. Just to have him removed from the situation in general is good news. And I'm hoping that once the new judge sees everything that was happening with Carmelo in his case and all the things that the judge who had to be removed were doing and allowing and not allowing, that they'll grant him a new case. Excuse me. And if they grant him a new case, our good brother should be able to go back home on his bail, his previous bail, and his previous bond the very same day. So, prayers up for tomorrow. Prayers up for tomorrow. And blessings down on our good brother Carmelo Anthony. Free our good brother. Now, let's move on to the next situation here. Family. Oh, buck dancing Byron Donalds. Looks like he's going to be going to the main stage to fight for the governorship because he didn't got the nomination for the Republican Party. Let's go here.
Fox News Alert, Byron Donalds speaking live in Florida right now after clinching the Republican nomination for governor. Let's listen in.
We've been crisscrossing Florida. We've been knocking hundreds of thousands of doors, taking our message to all Floridians. And tonight, because of your sweat, because of your hard work, we have won a massive victory. Now, we've just come through a hard-fought primary. I got a call from Paul Renner and James Fishback tonight. And they, hold on, I'm going to tell you why in a moment. And they congratulated me and all of us on a hard-fought victory. And my conversation with both of them is very simple. Congratulations. Let's go beat David Jolly in November. You see, because individual opinions and passionate supporters are the beauty of our conservative movement. But tonight, the primary is over. Tonight, we put aside our differences. Tonight, we are one united Republican Party. You see, I remember Erica and I were sitting around a fire pit last year with
family. Why? Look. Shout out to Pink Blue. Why I was just thinking the same damn thing. Why I feel like he's getting set up to get let the hell down. Something vicious. Something vicious. Now, I want y'all to know a Democrat has not won the governor's seat in Florida in almost, I think it's like 20 years. And the white man that he's going up against, the white man that he's going up against, I'm pretty damn sure them Nabiscos out in Florida has no problem making him the very first Democrat governor in 20 damn years. So shout out to Pink Blue for this one right here. Our ancestors saying, not today, fools. I kind of feel like it's the ancestors holding the fishing pole with the dollar at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, go ahead, Byron, jump for it. And he goes to John, oh, you got to be quicker than that. I feel like that's what's coming. Because that's how white supremacy works. Let's just be honest. They love a long-running joke, right? Especially if it takes a long time to pay off. They don't have no problems with it. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, I kind of feel like that's what's coming for Byron. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm let's continue.
friends and we were talking about this campaign, and we were talking about the future of Florida. No matter the issue or the policy, the conversation always ended with us talking about the Florida dream. For us, it's personal. You know my story. I came to Florida 30 years ago in a Greyhound bus. At 17 years old, with just a trunk full of clothes, I arrived in Tallahassee. Go Noles. Go Noles.
Is that his immigrant story? Even though he already admitted that he's he was already in the country. I came to the state on a Greyhound bus, 17 years old. And what's up with the I kind of felt like Nelly was about to come on. Oh, they did it for fun. Bad Boys 2 music. A B1 salute to our warrior brother, Black Truth United. Much love to you, my warrior brother. Thank you for being here. Oh, Jesus Christ. As well as Sinsule. I'm going to need you to put the pronunciation of that in the chat, family. I really don't want to get that wrong, but I feel like I'm going to slaughter that if I try any further. Shout out to you, though. This gay, his gay tape gonna come out. Not another roly-poly. Not another roly-poly. Jesus Christ. Byron Donalds will be the ultimate broken tool. Believe that, fam. Oh, I believe it. I bet my bottom dollar on it. I bet my bottom dollar on it. And I'm pretty sure he's willing to bet his bottom period. Anyway, I digress. He will get the four fingers treatment. Him and Roland trailing off. Come on. Come on. Are they washing the four fingers, or is it the same four fingers? They switching hands? Is it the same time? You know what? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Pause to all that. Hold on. I just gotta be safe. Pause all the way around all of that.
We can't keep doing this shit, man.
That was crazy.
For sure.
I don't even know what to say.
Shout out to Tori. He said he still has to win in November. I think that's where they're going to let down. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I feel like it's them just building him up just to demolish him, and to make the demolish even stronger. They let him get to the finals. Let him get to the main stage so that they could just snatch the rug right from up under his feet and laugh at him. Oh, man. I don't even think it'll be us laughing the most at him. I think it'll be the Nabiscos in the Republican Party. I think it'll most likely be people like the TP USA, you know what I mean? The Toilet Paper USA, who's going to get the largest laugh off of all of this. Because they love a good long joke. Shout out to my brother. God dang. Shout out to Flat Earth Society in the building as well. And my good brother, Cool Keezy, in the building, my brother. What's up with you? Thank you for being here. Remember how all the smiles he was with? He thought he was going to get VP only to get usurped by Bad Shep. Yeah. He was tap dancing his butt off trying to get in that goddamn VP seat. All for Trump, to show him exactly how the system of white supremacy works. And he still act like he don't understand what's going on. Oh, Jesus. Shout out to our sister Key Prince in the building, and thank you for being a member for 12 months strong, my sister. Thank you, my warrior sister. I appreciate all your contributions and your donations, and blessed tenfold. The ultimate tool to be broken Can't wait to see it. You and me both. And I can't wait to see the reaction of the rest of the Nabiscos that he tries so hard to keep on the good side. You know what I mean? Old Massa ass dude right here. The old we sick boss ass
Massa? Is we sick, Massa?
I can't wait to see their reactions and how they treat him. Like, yeah, I want somebody to come out like what's her name? Ann Coulter. I want somebody to come out like how Ann Coulter came out and told Vivek, we would have never voted for you because you're black. Like, I really want someone to come out and just tell him straight up. Shout out to Cassandra in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, as well as Mark Curry in the building. Florida State chance? Okay. Yeah, I never went to Florida State. You know, I can't even lie, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't go to too many football games. Still don't to this day. Shout out to Sharice as well, but thank you for letting me know, family, because I damn sure wouldn't have known if you didn't tell me. Let's continue.
I could have sworn it was opening weekend here in Orlando because it became Noles Nation here tonight. But in all honesty, and Blaze Ngolia, our CFO, is here with us. Blaze, congratulations on a decisive victory. And Blaze has heard me say this, and I mean it. I love all of our schools now. I love them all. When Erica and I got married, it wasn't always easy. Our first apartment was 1,200 square feet, and it had those old Jalowsi windows. We didn't have the money for the security deposit, so we had to roll that into our rent. I worked at Cracker Barrel and moved furniture on the weekends just to make ends meet.
Wait, you was working at Cracker Barrel? Did he say he was working at Cracker Barrel? Oh, he went into the heart of the supremacists, huh? He went into the heart of the supremacists to get a job. Okay, it's all coming together. Pieces of his life. The puzzle is coming together. Shout out to our good brother John Son in the building. Lucy's going to move the football. Oh, shit. Yeah, exactly. Figures. It figures. Out of all the places, Cracker Barrel. Oh, man.
Erica was 6 months pregnant with our first son, and she worked full-time as a staff accountant while working for Kelly Services on the weekend. We did this to build a life for our family. This state gave me a chance. I went on to spend 17 years in banking, finance, and insurance, and it prepared me for the very real economic challenges that Floridians face every single day. You see, the Florida dream to us is clear. It's the promise that if you work hard, you can get ahead, own a home, raise your family, and give your kids a better shot than you had without government holding you back. In Florida, we have built a strong foundation under former Governor Rick Scott. And under Governor Ron DeSantis, we have supercharged that foundation, making Florida the envy of every state in America.
I agree, my sister. I agree. And whenever someone calls out the truth, we got to do it.
Send in the clowns.
All right.
So that's that. You know, we're on the road to an ABK, family, and I'm just waiting to see it. I can't wait. I'm all giddy inside just knowing it's about to happen. You know what I mean? Shout out to Nito Swan in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, as well as Kelly Goodman. Thank you for being here as well, family. But Byron wasn't the only one that got some wins. The Democrats got some wins too. Let's go here.
Defeating deep state darling Alexander Vindman. Kevin McCarthy, former Speaker of the House. All right, so Angie Nixon.
Hold up. Roll that back.
AP projecting communist Angie Nixon winning the Democrat primary for Florida's open Senate seat, defeating deep state darling Alexander Vindman. Kevin McCarthy, former Speaker of the House. All right, so Angie Nixon is alive, statewide, running in Sunshine State of Florida. That's not good news for the Democrat Party.
But it's good news for you. You've got how many more shows every single day? Look, what a great contrast to think about California and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
California turns left, population drops, right? They go to Florida. Give DeSantis credit. He has been a good governor. Population grows. This used to be a swing state. It's not even close anymore. And you know what? He did redistricting. We're going to have so many new Republican members. We'll have more Republican members than Nancy Mace has tattoos. And that's just today.
But more on that later in the show.
But seriously, that shows the contrast. And the part you brought up about Cuba being close, but Venezuela, when we won the majority, we won it by winning all around Miami. This was Democrat area, but it was people who left communism from Venezuela, from Cuba, and they understood what was happening in the Democratic Party before the Democratic Party did.
So Moskowitz and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, they survived the communist primary threat.
But these people still got 30-some% against them.
So, all right, so it's
Debbie Washington Schultz, ladies and gentlemen. Who's Debbie Washington Schultz? Oh, only the white woman that was going up against Luke. And that other tethered Sheila McCormick. Damn, Luke only got 8%? Oh, Luke, even if the Democrats wasn't playing their games, 8% wouldn't have done you any good, brother. I know you came out all calling out the Democrats and everything, but god dang. 8%. Anyhow, Cassandra, my sister, shout out to you. They just passed the SAVE Act just in time for immigrants not to be able to vote. Nah, the SAVE Act, they passed it through the House once again, but it still haven't passed through the Senate. It got to get through both the House and the Senate, and then it got to be signed by the president, and then it'll be enacted. I don't know what date they set, whatever date they set for it to be enacted, that's when it'll go into place. So sometimes it could be a year from now, it could be 2 years from now. It just all depends. It could be an immediate action. However, we're not seeing that because it's still in the Senate. It's still stuck in the Senate. But shout out to you, my sister. But family, god dang, this man Luke. This man Luke. We'll get petty with Luke another day. I'll get petty with Luke another day. We'll just, because there's a lot to go through here today. A B1 salute shalom to our sister Hurricane Nisi. Thank you for your gifts, my sister Queen. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my sister, as well as our good brother Snatch Adams. Thank you for your gifts. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior brother. And a B1 salute to our sister FBA Queen in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen. And thank you for your donation, your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And I appreciate your contribution as always, my sister. I'm late, but we'll join the replay gang. Much love to you for that. Keep doing your great work by keeping us informed. Yes, my sister, and I appreciate you as always. And thank you for always being here and supporting my warrior sister. A B1 salute to our sister Intrigue in the building. Much love to you. He shouldn't have been talking shit. He should have been talking to you. Absolutely right. Thank you, Lord. No Liz and Luke. Yeah, we don't need Liz and Luke in anywhere in politics. Mr. I want to rock right now. I said we gonna get petty another day. Y'all just forcefully getting petty up in this piece, huh? A B1 salute to our sister, Mrs. TT. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your donation. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior sister. Shout out Charles Lester in the building as well. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Godly. All right, let's get back over here because I'm over here tearing up.
Weak showing.
But they just won the Senate.
Well,
So
yeah,
this
so
isn't,
right.
this isn't
That's
just,
almost the worst case scenario.
But the Democrats like Carville and others who are denying, oh, this just happens in New York. No, it happens in Colorado. It happens in Michigan. And now for a statewide seat in Florida, how does that play? And the thing people have to understand, when they won in New York, that was in the hometown of Hakeem Jeffries, the highest elected Democrat, and they were beating his members of Congress. That's power.
So you have two commie kind of people, one in Michigan running statewide, one in Florida running statewide. What does that do to the Democrat Party nationally? Does it hurt? Does it help? What's the dynamic?
Look, it hurts them, but one thing you have to see, Andy Beshear, who is a Democratic governor in a Republican state, he's not going on TV and saying, you know, the way to win is the way I govern. He's sitting there saying, we need to abolish the Electoral College. He's moving further to the left. This is exactly what is on the platform of the socialists. So it's bad for Democrats. Carville, I'm going to leave the party. Oh, no, they're not so bad.
Yeah, right. I know he came right back around
Hakeem
fast.
Jeffries, oh, we're all there together.
So this is going to slowly drag the party further to the left when you have these two big names statewide.
Happening slowly.
It's happening quick?
It's happening very quick because think about it. First, Mandani just got elected, what, a year ago? Now he beat incumbent Democrats. Now they beat a 30-year incumbent Democrat. Now they won a swing state. Now they have the nominee there. How many smaller seats have they won? How many city council seats? How many state rep seats did they win?
We're now hearing that Corey Mills, incumbent Republican congressman, has lost. They're calling it for his opponent, so he will no longer be in the House of Representatives. What happened there?
Look. Okay, Ms. Nisi, just because you requested it, I cannot oblige when our sister Miss Nisi requested. Let's do it one good time. Let's go. Oh, family, you don't understand the joy in my heart right now. It is I am just overwhelmed with happiness right now. I just am. You know, Carmelo, you know, the situation with the judge being removed and you know, and just anticipating what's to come with Byron Donalds, you know, seeing that Lizard Luke learn in real time that he shouldn't have been talking shit, you know. It's all just beautiful, spectacular, phenomenal even. Oh, family. Okay. We don't need to continue here. Let me go ahead and give a B1 salute to our good brother Antithesis. Thank you for your super chat, my warrior brother. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my good brother Alchitza Potent. And I do appreciate you, my warrior brother. And thank you once again for gifting 5 Church of Black Power memberships, my warrior brother. Once again, your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always in all that you do. And salute to everybody who received those memberships. Let me also give a B1 salute to our sister Sharice. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior sister. Do you think that the plan of the ancestors was to build a country so that the foreigners could reap the benefits of their grave sacrifice? Hell no. Hell no. And that's why everything is starting to flip around, because while our ancestors did not anticipate any of this, they now have us, the people who's tied to their blood, tied to the soil, tied to them directly, who sees it and has the gift of hindsight. And not just that, we're no longer looking other places for gratification. We're right here looking at our family and this soil. So we're calling out to our ancestors here. So now everybody's starting to catch that hell, because not only did our ancestors not die for any of this, not for them to be doing any of this to us, but it was almost like we couldn't utilize that ABK energy, that cosmic energy, because we wasn't calling out to those ancestors as well. And now that we are, the ancestors is now, and I would like to say self-correction is what's happening where we are. Things are correcting itself because of the fact that we now tapped into the energy that was necessary. That's how I feel about the situation. Thank you very much, my sister, for that question. And a B1 salute to our good brother, Chris Radio, in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother. And I'm going to be dropping another. Matter of fact, let me do that now while we're here. I want to make sure everybody go and check out our good brother on his platform, on his website. Check out our brother's broadcast. I was just on it last week, and we will be having our good brother coming on to my broadcast very damn soon, so look out for it. Well, let me go here, put this in the chat here. Shout out to our warrior brother. Y'all make sure to go and check our good brother out. Justice for Carmelo came on right on time. Yes, my good brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to AIB. Chill. AIB chill. Much love to you. Thank you for your super chat. Just showing support. Much love to you. And thank you for your contribution as always, family. And a B1 salute to our good brother, Drew Laston. Thank you for your Cash App donation. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior brother. Now let's get into what we came here to get into. I came across a video of our good brother Wesley X, and he was speaking about J. Edgar Hoover's fear of the Black Messiah. And the more and more I listen to our brother, and it's not like I've never heard it before, but the way that our brother was explaining it, there was certain points that our brother was touching on. And while he was touching on those points, each point that he was touching on, it got me to thinking that maybe the Messiah wasn't a person, but maybe the Messiah is a time, is a place, is something called delineation. So I want to play the clip for you, and then we're going to touch on it a little bit further. That is J. Edgar Hoover in a dress. You know, he was one of those punks, them little cross dressers, the in the closet guys Yeah, Hoover was well known to go Medea, full Medea. Exactly. Drag Queen Hoover. A straight up punk. Don't let anybody in your family ever forget about that part of history. That the same man that wanted to track us down, who was so all in our business, who wanted to make sure that we never rose and never got anything out of life, wanted to make sure that all of our revolutionaries didn't make it off the ground, was a straight up closeted punk. Medea, how you doing? Tell your children, tell your grandchildren, tell your grandchildren to tell their grandchildren. This must always be remembered. Shout out to our sister Black Spider in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen, and thank you for being here. Not gay Edgar Hoover. Oh man, shout out to you. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Let's get over here real quick. Let me pull this down. Gay Edgar Hoover. I love that. Let's go here, family.
Edgar Hoover had as his 5 points. Number one, prevent the rise of a what? Black Messiah, right, who could unify and electrify the people. So we know what you.
Now, let me ask you this question, family, real quick. Has delineation unified and electrified the people? I'll let y'all answer that question in the chat.
Unify means we come together. Do you know electrified scripturally means to be quickened by the Spirit? And to be quickened by the Spirit means to defeat learned helplessness and operate with power. That's what it means to. So they don't want us to know who that Messiah is. Right. The enemy of God and the rulers of the people have always known who the man of God is before the people of God that the man came to. When Moses was getting ready to be born, Pharaoh said, kill all the firstborn boy babies. Right. Why? You know what you're doing to bring birth to a Moses. Yeah, right. When Jesus was getting ready to be born, King Herod said, kill all the boy babies 2 years old and under. Why? Because you know what you're doing to the people of God to bring birth to a messenger of God that's going to warn them, pull them away from you, and judge you. Right. So the same way Pharaoh knew Moses was coming and Herod knew Jesus was coming, the U.S. government has always knew that there will be a Farrakhan or a Muhammad coming. Right. So when you look at their candidates for the Black Messiah, this is J. Edgar Hoover, had as his 5 points. Number one.
Now, family, everything that our brother said, from us being unified, from us being electrified, moving on cold, utilizing power, everything our brother said, we've been doing ever since we've delineated. And we didn't need anybody to tell us what to do, how to do it. We didn't need to come together. We didn't need to have a meeting. We didn't need to, send out notices. We all just understood the assignment. And because we understood the assignment, we're crashing out political parties. We're crashing out all these other racial groups who think that we should be riding for them and we're not riding for them. We're crashing out freaking tethers here and abroad. We got the coons crashing out. So in my humble opinion, family, I don't think that the Black Messiah is a person per se. I think the Black Messiah is the energy that we've utilized in this moment in time. And because we utilize that energy in this moment in time, you're seeing the world flip upside down. The very same way I was just speaking about the ancestors and the self-correcting of the whole of the earth as of this moment. This is what's happening here. There's a lot of self-correcting because of the utilization of the energy that we have taken back. Let's be very clear about that. And I feel it in my Jones, down in my bones, that this was the moment that our ancestors have been waiting on. When I say that we're our ancestors' wildest dreams, I mean that. But when I say that, let me also add this to it. We're our ancestors' wildest dreams, and we're their ancestors' wildest nightmares. All of theirs, from the Nabisco to the Tether to the Coon. This is the moment. This is everything that nobody said, or excuse me, everybody used to say they never seen from us. You know, black people can't stick together to save our lives. Look at us. And now we're sticking together so much they're calling it divisive. Oh, black folks can't get together and get on one accord. Okay, all right, cool. And then we made the Democratic Party crash the hell out. And everybody that jumps in who tries to use Democratic talking points or Republican talking points, and we're just sitting there listening. As soon as we hear, we're cutting them off like, wait a second, hell no. Hey, this guy's an op. Get him up out of here, coach. And it's tearing people up. It is grinding their gears. It is ripping their hides. So, what if that Messiah wasn't a person? It was the energy in which we wield today. You can look at us as Thor and this energy as Mjolnir. And as long as we're staying on code with each other, these folks can't get up anything off the ground, leg-wise. A B1 salute to our warrior brother, Mr. AO, breaking their spirits. Exactly. Everything that they're trying to do, everything that they try to pull our energy with has not been working. As a matter of fact, we've been dictating where our energy will go. We've been dictating how we will respond and move with, certain situations. That's been us. And nobody's used to that. We even got people who are FBAs who are scared of the way we're moving because we're utilizing power in a way they themselves have never been comfortable with utilizing. I think that this time right here and now is what the cross-dresser J. Edgar Hoover, or call him Gay Edgar Hoover, Gay Edgar Bendova, excuse me. I think that's exactly what he was afraid of, and he was correct to be afraid of it. He's 100% to be afraid of it. He's 100% correct. Because look what we've been doing. Look at the progress of the black grassroots in just the past 10 years. when it comes to putting our issues to the forefront. They hate it so much that they're sending out all kind of people, homie lover friends, you know, the rainbows and stuff like that, shills, and anybody they can pay off to come and try to distort the message of the Black grassroots, politically, socially, and every other league. But it's just not working. And as our good brother AO just said, it just continues to break their spirits. We're not going for any old thing anymore. We're not allowing people to tell us what we should put our energy to. And that's tearing up the normal perception of what foundational Black Americans should be looked at. And what is that? For everybody else, we're looked at as everybody's whipping mule. For everybody else, they quite literally want us to carry the water and do it with a smile. And the people of this day and age, foundational Black Americans of this era, and the energy that our ancestors have given us for this time to work with, is saying, nah, nah, let me show you exactly what we're going to do or won't do. We're going to let everybody hold their own. We're going to let everybody fail. And we're going to let everybody see how much this system has been propped up on the backs of foundationals. And this is affecting the way everybody do business. Your bootlicks, like Al Sharpton, who had to do a video clip reminding people that they're doing the Million Man March on the 28th. Let's go here. Before we do, a B1 salute to our family. Say So in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Pins and Combs in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here. Our good brother Jesse Paris and Frontline News in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, family. Our good sister FBA Queen. I've already given you a B1 salute, but I got to give you another one just because I saw you again with the wrench and it makes me want to say it again. Shout out to James Brown in the building as well. Let me get to some of these chats real quick before we get into the video. Shout out to our good brother Chris Radio once again. Much love to you. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior brother. Excuse me. God dang, this sneezes. Allergies are getting crazy. Thank you for your promotion plug, sir. I can't wait to be a guest on the powerful broadcast. Much love to you, my warrior brother. And that's just going to be, you know, what we do here. When your family, you get plugged on this station. That's how we do. I tell people all the time, you got businesses, you want to send them over, send them over. That's how we support each other out here. Much love to First Class Citizen in the building. Much love to you. And thank you for being here. And thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. It's all coming to fruition, due to our delineation. Exactly, everything is happening the way that it's happening, and it's been happening the way it's been happening, all because we just collectively decided one day enough's enough. And that's what's quite literally, it's destroying everybody's hide. Now, Al Sharpton is taking his butt out there to Washington to do a goddamn march on Washington for a bunch of damn illegals with LULAC and other companies and family. I want to remind you who LULAC is. I want to remind you. Hold on. One second, family. Multitasking. There we go. All right. Let me remind you who LULAC is. Let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with him. I don't want to ally with him. I don't want to ally with him. So whenever they are allied, remember all allies lie. Shout out to Queen Shabbat in the building. Much love to you. And thank you for being here. So if they are working with us, if they are working with the Negro, it got to be because they benefit from it. As a matter of fact, here's another thing. Let's do this too. LULAC.org. All right, boom. This is LULAC.org. I want to, where is it? Let's see. Let's go to timelines. Let's see if they removed it. Here we go. Boom. Beginning in El Paso, pressured the U.S. Census Bureau, and these are their accomplishments, their timeline of accomplishments. Pressured the U.S. Census Bureau to reclassify persons of Mexican descent from Mexican in 1930, previously white in 1920, and back to white in 1940s to avoid more discrimination associated with colored labeled in the United States narrow construction of race as either white or colored. These are the folks that's going to be linking up with old informant Al, bobblehead Al. We're all people of color, except when you were known as people of color, you fought to get that removed. You got on your high horse and went off to the Nabisco and begged Zaddy, to consider you as one of them. And these are the people that's going to be doing your march with you, Million Man March for voters' rights. Shout out to our sister Delaney Brooks. The wild part is they all use our civil rights benefits claiming they're brown. Not according to them on this page. Not according to this on their website. Matter of fact, family, screenshot that. Screenshot that just in case they decide to take this down. Because you know how they do. You know how they do. Shout out to my sister Black Spider. Hello. You know, all this black and brown unity crap, that goes out the window when you really start looking into the history, and not only look into the history, but really study what these people was fighting for versus us. And not just these people. I'm talking about everybody. I told you guys already that I'm rereading what's her name? God dang it, Shirley Chisholm's book, Unbought and Unbossed. Because I want to get inside the mindset of all of these people. But at the end of the day, the mindset of all of these people boils down to being the same damn thing. People who want proximity to the Nabisco. And they're willing to step on every foundational to get there. Now, am I talking about everybody? No. But I'm damn sure talking about a tether. Intrigues. Unbought. Hilarious. And the cold part is, in the beginnings of the book, she's speaking about, I told y'all how she was speaking about delineation and how she was delineating Bohemians from all other Caribbean people, right? And how they work harder and all this other stuff. But she also quite literally understood that they were being brought here in order to, as a replacement class, because black folks was letting them not just know, but they were very vocal with the people who were bringing them in that, hey, you are bringing folks in and they're taking opportunities that we could have. So even when she says unbought, the unbought part is, yeah, 100% hilarious in my eyes as well. Shout out to our brother Chris. He says, out here in Arizona, the Hispanic/Latino community act whiter than the white folk. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. They want to get up in there, and so they overcompensate on their racism. When they get oppressed, now they're brown and want to come together with black folk. You're absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. Shout out to our sister Mia Kim in the building, as well as our good brother President Divine in the building. A B1 salute to you, my warrior brother. And our good sister Donna C in the building. Shalom and B1 to all of you, and thank you all for being here. Foundational Black Americans fought for civil rights, and Hispanics fought to be considered civil whites. Civil whites. Shout out to our brother President Divine. Oh, civil whites. But let's get to what Al had to say here. I just find it interesting that that's who he's going to have out there with folks who said, you know, they wasn't interested in allyship with us, and folks who are quite literally on record for fighting to become the opposite class in which we were fighting against. Well, the system of white supremacy, they wanted to be a part of that class. Let's go here.
As we get closer and closer to the march on August 28th in Washington, that Martin Luther King III and Andrew Waters King and I have called, and we see various political figures.
Who? Martin Luther King and who?
Andrew Waters King.
Andrew Waters King, is that his wife? Hold on. The hell? Divine feminine leadership. Oh, it's his wife. All right. All right. All right. I was just wondering. Let's continue.
And I have called. And we see various political figures from the minority leader of the House, Hakeem Jeffries, to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Senate, Senator Bernie Sanders, all coming. It is because everyone, whether you call yourself progressive or moderate, understand that voting rights is imperative. You can't decide which wing you're on if the bird is not allowed to get off the ground.
See, this is the problem with you shills, you bootlicks, you bought and paid for, tap dancing, shine bones, in the words of my good brother, Damon Reeves. We're not interested on being, we're not interested in being associated with either wing of that dirty ass pigeon. Neither wing. We are foundational Black Americans, and I don't give a damn about the left wing. I don't give a damn about the right wing. I don't give a damn about the whole of the dirty ass pigeon. And you're acting as if we wanted to vote, we wouldn't find every way to do it. Black Americans showed up and showed out for Barack Obama in record numbers that people never seen before. Why? Because foundational Black Americans thought that we were actually going to get something out of it. Instead, you got Barack Obama giving everything to everyone and telling us that's not how America works. When asked, why don't you target Black America? I see it, my brother. I'm going to go ahead and oblige that because I feel like it's necessary.
Nigga, please.
Bird can't flap its left wing or its right wing if the body's held down. And the body of voting rights is being held down.
I'm sorry, say that again. Did he say that the bird can't get off the ground? First, he said you can't be on the left wing or the right wing, and the bird can't get off the ground. It's the bird, the parties, or the voting rights. I mean, you're very confusing right now, Al. I think some of that old brain is kicking in. I'm trying to figure out.
Tomorrow, they're going to have the primary in Florida. They're going to end up likely with a former Republican named David Jolly, who's now a Democrat leading in the polls. And he'll be running probably against a Black MAGA Republican, Byron Donalds. So the issue is not just black and white. The issue is right and wrong. Donalds agrees with everything Trump says and some. He's Black by race, but he is against the interest of people of all colors, in my judgment. So there's going to be all kinds of decisions we need to make. Progressive or moderate is the debate. Black or white is the debate. Jews and Muslims is the debate. I say that all of it matters not if we don't preserve our rights. You know, had the right for redress, the right to vote, the right to put people in power that is going to hear and act in a way that we are all treated equally, which is making noise.
Did you take a stupid pill with your breakfast this morning, Admiral?
Family, these folks are begging, they're whining, they're crying, they already know that they're dying. Every single time. Every single time we say, yeah, that's not my problem. Every single time we let them know.
Yeah, problem. Yeah, it's just not my problem. No.
They do something like a 1,000,000-man march on Washington. Walking on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And it ain't working for them. Why? Because the Black Messiah is on our side. That energy that they're trying to harness ain't nowhere to be found when they're looking around. That energy is right on over here with us. So y'all can go out there looking for good trouble. Go ahead. I guarantee you it means nothing. It falls on deaf ears. You have no black grassroots to back you up. So whoever goes to Washington, I'll be looking for them to look like the same people who's been out there protesting at the No Kings protest. I'll be looking for them to have on Omega Phi Psi shirts and Kappa shirts and or Phi Beta Kappa, whatever. Or some ski wees up in there. I'll be looking for all those kinds of folks to be walking in that march. Shout out to my brother Black RU in the building. Much love, my warrior brother. I'll be looking at your Lulacs. I'll be looking at your Democrat shills. But you know what I won't be looking at? Foundationals. I won't be looking at the black grassroots. Yeah, you can go ahead and bring out the D9, and you can go ahead and bring out Lulac, who was out there fighting for whiteness just a few years ago. 1930s wasn't that too far off. My grandfather was born a year before they started fighting, before they actually got the census changed to say that they're white. Go ahead, continue. And we're going to continue to watch you all fail, and we're going to continue to laugh, and we're going to continue to sit back and get petty about this whole situation because you still haven't figured it out. And even if you have figured it out, you're taking the path of the most resistance. And when you take the path of the most resistance, guess what? You're going to have to find the hell out what the hell is really happening in the field. Yeah, that's why the house nigga didn't want to come out the house too much to go and deal and talk with the fields. Because it got a little rough for your Stevens from Django. It got real rough for them on the outside, so they stayed their ass inside. Treating that Nabisco man like the god of the world.
Massa, is we sick, Massa?
Continue.
Voting rights is imperative. You can't decide which wing you're on if the bird is not allowed to get off the ground. A bird can't flap its left wing or its right wing.
Well, if you knew that, then why didn't you guys take care of it when y'all had the House, the Senate, and the presidency? Oh, when Shelby came down in 2013, y'all knew then. I mean, Yeah, y'all didn't really move on that, did you? Family, that energy, the Black Messiah, we are quite literally just watching. I didn't do anything to nobody. You didn't do anything to nobody. We didn't walk up to nobody with a baseball bat, hit him in the back of the knee, and say, this is for all the nonsense you did to us. No, we're just sitting back and watching. And it's very interesting how things are turning up for them. Let me pull this down. Let's get into some of the things that's happening around here, family. Let's get into a couple of things, family. Let's start with the Latinos, because Trump has found a new way to get some of these Latinos up out of here. Because it's been, in case you don't know, for those who don't know about California, let me put you on the game. All of these border cities are populated with a lot of these legal and non-legal citizens, especially in California, right? And what happens is the legal citizens are able to cross over, lie to the, the border patrol, and say, hey, I have a visa for America, so I'm gonna head on over to America. And they ask you, okay, well, how long are you gonna be staying? And they've been lying. So they get what they need. They stay for a few weeks or something like that, even though they say they're going to stay for like a day or something like that. And then they go back over into Mexico when they're ready to. Well, that situation's getting put on hold. That situation is now, yeah, you ain't going to be able to do this back and forth, crisscross applesauce type stuff. So let's go here.
Border Patrol asked her, how long are you coming into the U.S.? I'm just going to go buy a few things. I'll be done this afternoon. Okay, go ahead. She has a visa. She's allowed to come over to America to buy a few things and then go home. Problem is, she stayed for over a week. On the way back, they questioned her again. When did you cross over? They had all the information. She lied. Thought you were only going to be there for the afternoon. She lied. She lost her visa. This is being reported all over Spanish TikTok. If your numbers don't line up, or you give one answer when you cross in with your visa and it doesn't happen that way and you overstay, when you go back, they'll let you go back, but they're pulling your visa and you can no longer come back. That's what we're seeing all over Spanish TikTok right now. If people are being questioned, and if they don't have their story straight, or if their days are off, they're getting their visas pulled. No more coming in and then deciding to stay for as long as they want. Those days have come to an end.
Shout out Natural Beauty in the building, as well as our good sister Beauty with Brains, as well as our sister Tiffany Jackson in the building. So you're getting your visa snatched for bouncing back and forth across the border. Yeah, I think people need to just mind their business and leave us alone. Like I said, it's getting worse and worse for these people. Worse and worse. Every day, something new is coming out. But every day, people are still concentrated on us. And it's hilarious to me. It's hilarious. But these folks need to really just pay attention. A B1 salute to our good brother Snatch Adams. Thank you for being a member for 11 months strong. Thank you for all your contributions, family. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate all that you do. I wonder what the DNC's messaging will be after Trump leaves office. I posed that very same question right when Trump got elected. That was one of my first videos that I did, asking the question, what will MAGA be without Trump? But not just MAGA, what will the DNC be without Trump? Who's going to be their new boogeyman? They won't be able to use him as Baba Yaga to scare us into submission. B1, shalom to my warrior brother. Thank you for your comment, as well as our sister Kim Brown in the building. Much love, my sister, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Hey, church, I'm checking in, ready and listening and learning. Ready to listen and learn. Much love to you, my warrior sister, and thank you once again for your contribution. The B1 salute to our sister Pins and Combs. Much love to you for both of your gifts. Your donations blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. And our sister Mia Kim, shout out to you and thank you for your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Yeah, family, with all this going on, like I said, we're just sitting back watching the show, and the show is getting good. Family, did you hear about the mayor? Hold on. Let me pull this up. A mayor out in Massachusetts, the Massachusetts. You know what I'm trying to say, God dang it. Yeah, don't you dare. Don't judge me. Anyway, this goddamn mayor out in Massachusetts is being investigated because he didn't stole, or basically, allegedly stole, $1 million in COVID relief funds. But the thing about that, him stealing from the COVID relief fund isn't really the big thing about that situation in my eyes. Now, the big thing is this man's the mayor of a major city, and the man can't speak a lick of damn English. Not a lick of goddamn English. Man, a B1 salute to my tube in the building. Thank you for being here. Not a lick of damn English, but know how to steal. Shout out to us. Yes, no speaking of English, but knows how to steal. This is just crazy to me. Like, this should not be happening at all, but it's here. Let's go.
Hi, guys. Do you have any comment to the city?
Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
How are you,
no
Mr.
comment.
Mayor?
Excuse me.
I'm
What's your name? Just relax. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
We're not. Just
God bless you.
Sure. Do you think
He doesn't speak English. No comment.
Are you innocent?
No comment.
Thank you.
No, he's done a great job in Lawrence. Thank you, guys.
God bless you. What are you blessing us for?
God bless you. You get your
We step down there.
Hi, guys.
Do you have any comment to the city?
Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
Hi, guy. Hi, guy. You know who he reminds me of? Borat. That movie Borat. I just can't with these people, family. These folks need to be concentrating on their own front door. They could get their broom and sweep around that, because God dang it, there's enough to worry about. Hi, guy. Hi, guy. Now, family, with the delineation, you know that there's going to be a lot of pushback from a lot of people who don't want to see us go. There will be a lot of pushback, but not just that. There'll be a lot of lies, erasure. There'll be a lot of fabled history, I think is a good word. Fabled history. And so we got to address a few things here, because delineation is tough on these people. It's very tough on these people. And you guys heard, I know you guys heard about that one Haitian woman that's going around talking nonsense, saying that, you know, we're all the same. I want to touch on that for a second. Let's go here. Let's go here.
I just want Black Americans to understand that we're not a different people. We are the same group of people. I see all the time online, people are constantly reminding me that I'm Haitian. Absolutely. I got Haiti tatted on my neck. I love that I'm Haitian.
Family, I really think that these people are slow. Shout out to Rosemary Gabbard in the building. Much love to you, my sister, and thank you for being here, my sister Queen. I really think that these people are slow. No matter how educated they seem to be, no matter how educated they think that they are, I believe that many of these cake soap dwellers, I believe that I believe that they're dirt-to-dirts. They're just slow. You can't tell me that we are the same and then in the very next sentence say, I got Haiti on my neck, I'm aware I'm Haitian. If you have Haiti on your neck and you're aware that you're Haitian, then we are not the same, because I am not Haitian. You see how simple that is, family? Do you see how simple that is? I don't even have to go too far into your babble to even have to debunk you. You debunked yourself in your very first statement when you say we are the same. And then in the next sentence, you say, I'm aware I'm Haitian. I have Haiti on my neck. I would have to agree with you, my sister. Thank you for being here. Shout out to our sister Queen, Astarte Jones. I would have to agree with you. And this is, I'm going to be honest with you. I want you to put a pin in this, at least this part, because we're going to come back and touch on this a little bit later, because she's going to try to act like she's so sophisticated, which shows me that either she's capping here or she's capping in the next clips that I'm going to show you. But regardless, there's some cap going on around here. And I'm pretty sure that someone handed her a script. And the first script didn't really work, and the second script really ain't going to work. We're the same, but in this very next damn sentence, I have Haiti on my neck. I'm aware I'm from Haiti. Then how are we the same? You are not a foundational Black American. You do not have a blood tie to the people who built this country and whose blood is entrenched and drenched in this soil. You're from a whole nother continent. Not continent, excuse me. You're from a whole nother, I don't even know if we could call it a country. You're from an island somewhere in the Caribbean that you don't want to be in. We are not the same. I'm in my homeland. My blood is tied to this soil. It screams for the justice that my ancestors is owed. Yours does not, is not, cannot be. So we're not the same. Let's continue. Shout out to Wild Williams in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. Shout out to Snatch Adams once again for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior brother. Whether she adamantly telling us she was black, she wasn't black, she's Haitian, and that we were just regular black. You know what? I don't even know because I don't watch this woman. People such as her, I really don't like to watch, and if I see clips here and there, I see clips. But then once I started to look into what she was saying, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she was. Let me also give B1 salute to our sister, Mrs. L. Thank you for your contribution, my sister. Thank you for your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior sister. Now let's continue.
But I also want to remind you that I'm no different from you. They're doing the same thing to you that they're doing to me. We are no different. In the moment that we start.
Absolutely not. They're not doing the same thing to me that they're doing to you because they're using you to do what they're doing to me. Let me say that again for the ignorant people who think like this woman here. They're not doing the same thing to us because they're using people such as this against us. So how would that be doing the same thing?
Acting as if there's a separation between us, that's where you let the perpetrators do exactly what they came here to do, destruct and divide us.
They didn't come here to divide us, as in me and you. There is no us. You wasn't even here. And once again, they use you to actually divide us. Many of the problems that people be amplifying online, that don't even be foundationals. Especially with this whole gender crap. This is being platformed, amplified, and pushed by majority, 9 times out of 10, is a bunch of damn foreigners. Talking about black men don't like black women and all this other crap. Black women should date white men and all this other nonsense. They use you all to push these type of agendas. They use you all to fragment our community so that our wrecking ball won't be strong enough to break down the wall of white supremacy. Or what Kimberly Crenshaw coined as intersectionality. I'm black and a woman. I'm black and LGBTQ. Shout out my sister FBA Queen. Thank you for your contribution. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And I appreciate your contributions as always, my sister. All these all these tethers are aligned, stealing in government. Farrah Lewis, Haitian, yeah. Cheryl Williams, yeah. Stapleton, yes. Thank you, my sister. Yeah, these folks every time we turn around, there's another one being put on the front camera for the same damn thing, nonetheless. But let's continue.
So that they can conquer us again.
I hear Haitians, Jamaicans, everyone else is against the black American, like they had no part. But I'm like, we're all black. So if it happens to
these folks with this we're all black situation, knowing just a couple of short years ago, none of them were black. That's just, it's become frustrating, not even to the point where they keep saying it. It's just frustrating to have to hear over and over. We know it's a lie. They know it's a lie. We know it's a lie. They know it's a lie. So, for all those who say we're all black, okay, I want you to show me outside of the country, in your country, where everybody was considered all black. If you can't do that, I don't want you to say we're all black. If you wasn't black before you got to America, don't talk to me about being all black.
One, it's happening to us because it's going to go around.
I personally encounter people who do not want to associate themselves with Black Americans.
Absolutely.
They make
Me too.
a big point to say
I've had that situation right here at the table. Go ahead. Yes.
that I'm Haitian, you know, so I've seen it personally to that. So I just think that when we say, you know, that we are of one people, that there are people that do not believe that, though. They really feel, especially with a lot of the Jamaicans, because they'll make a clear point.
But that's what I want to speak to, too. Do not let one individual situation speak for the betterment of the group, because
these people keep playing with our intelligence. Don't let one individual speak to the betterment of the group. Ma'am, you act like we didn't sit here for the past 5-6 years listening to all you folks denigrate and disrespect foundational Black American heritage, lineage, and culture. First, we don't have culture. Then we're just mad because y'all come over here and do better than us. We ain't nothing like our ancestors because they fought and they were successful, and we're just lazy and y'all doing all the work. Y'all don't remember this? And if what our brother was saying is absolutely correct, even you yourself has been doing this. We're just regular Black. Sounds like Kai Cenat. Continue.
I had it. If I speak to my individual experiences, a lot of Black Americans, they are my demise. They curse me out. They pick on me ever since I was little. Black Americans have done that to me, but I never...
Family, did you guys notice that this dude, he started out and he was the first person to say, well, I have seen the way we treat Black Americans and treat that term, and Haitians do it, and Jamaicans make it a point to do it. And this woman agrees with him and then goes right in to try to say how she was bullied by us. Did y'all pick that up? I'm sure you did, because, you know, you guys don't let nothing go over your heads. Yeah, this woman quite literally was like, yeah, snatch that. Let me take that and put it back, the spotlight back on them. Let me talk about how I was traumatized, allegedly. Let me talk about my anecdotal experience.
The history of growing up thought you're still my enemy. And this is what we talked about last time. I said, I know who my clear enemy is, regardless if we have battles that we're dealing with, you know, interpersonally, right?
There's no interpersonally. We're not the same group of people. You are an outsider who just so happened to be melanated. There is no interpersonally here. And let me be very clear. We know who our enemy is. We know who the open enemy is. We've been telling you for decades and y'all never listen. And now all of a sudden, you know who your open enemy is? Here's the thing. We know who our open enemy is, but we also see the tools of our open enemy. And since we see the tools of our open enemy, we don't give the tools anything to work on. And if the tools don't have anything to work on, they're just sitting around. And if the tools are just sitting around, the open enemy has no need for the tools. So what happens is the open enemy turns and breaks his tools once he's done with them, because there is no further use for the open tools. So, calling you fools out for your anti-foundational rhetoric and the way you all behave. Oh, that is concentrating on our open enemy, because he's the one that put you all in front of us. Nothing happens by happenstance at all when it comes to the system of white supremacy. Oh, the Oompa Loompa, she's going, if you think that this is delusional, she's about to get a lot more delusional. She's about to reach like she's Mr. Fantastic, Stretch Armstrong's little daughter. Immigration is not our problem, no matter what the race of immigrants coming in. We are minding our FBA business. Abso-damn-lutely. Abso-damn-lutely.
Between one another, I still vehemently understand who the true enemy is and who the person who wants us to continue to have this divisiveness in between one another. So again, I'm no different than you, and I hope that you guys don't allow the individual.
Like I said, the fact that you are not from here says that you are different, and that's okay. Be different. Family, do you guys remember where everybody wanted to be original? I don't know what happened, but somewhere in the early 2000s, late 2000s, well, it really ain't late 2000s because we're still in the 2000s, but the early 2000s, maybe like the early teens in there, everybody all of a sudden wanted to be like somebody else. Everybody wanted to copy. When I was growing up, damn it, you got to be original. You had to be you. People didn't like you if you was trying to be somebody else. I said it in one of my songs a long time ago. I've been had swag when it was called personality. And now you understand why these hating niggas mad at me. Don't nobody have personality no more. Everybody's copying each other's personality. And the each other that they're copying is our personalities. They're not copying a personality that they created themselves or nothing like that. No. They're copying still our personalities and just passing it around like telephone. Man, these people, I swear, man, this world, man, this world. Let's continue.
Experiences that you have to deter you from what is really the bigger picture here, and it's that we're one people.
Yeah, we're all black.
That's right. Black, period. We all signed black on that application.
You only sign black on the application when you see that application is going to benefit you. Depending on what that application absolutely is. So if the application is, let's say, a black business loan from the SBA, oh yeah, you'll mark down black. If it's a grant for Caribbeans, oh, you're putting Caribbean. That's the difference. Foundational Black Americans can't jump in and out of our blackness. We are who the hell we are. And we are who the hell we're meant to be. You guys play the fence, and no man can serve two masters. For you shall love one and hate the other, or love the other and hate the other. Continue. Shout out to the Hula Gang in the building and our good brother Och. Much love and say what? Much love. Thank you for being here.
All Black and we just have different lived experiences based on cultural values. But other than that, in this specific country where we are a
different lived experience based off cultural values, which means by definition, we are not the same. Look how easy it is to break down their nonsense.
Minority, we are all Black.
And in those cases, we've had those same experiences. It's happened right here. We have whole histories that apparently, trying to be covered up and wiped out. We have the history right here.
But that's what I'm saying. We do, even Black Americans. Did you guys know that we also helped the Civil War? That was here. Did you know that before today? Why would they tell you that, right? You see what I'm saying? If we knew our history, the very thing that they don't want you to know is they don't want you to read. They don't want you to know the history. They don't want you to know that Black Haitian Americans were the reason why we had artifacts and why we had money to be able to fund the Civil War, and they helped us gain our independence from.
Nigga, please.
Did you take a stupid pill with your breakfast this morning, Admiral?
Get your mans.
People know exactly what they're doing until they get exposed.
Number one, let's talk about the Haitians who came over here for the Civil War. The people who came over here during the Civil War, who lost, by the way, were not Haitian because Haiti didn't exist. Simple. Very simple. Very, very simple. Now, let's move on to your next talking point that I find so asinine that I'm going to have to take a little detour to show the family something. Haiti did not provide America with artifacts or fund the Civil War whatsoever. I don't know where she got that goddamn talking point from and what kind of stupid, excuse me, let me rephrase that. I don't know what kind of moronic person taught her history. But when I was young, I was deeply into Machiavelli the Don. Tupac was one of my favorite artists to ever do it. And one of the things that I loved about Tupac was his use and the way he used his platform to make people aware of the Illuminati. Stay with me, family. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. Because of that, I researched and studied the Illuminati, the occult, and much of African spirituality. Rest in peace to the great Machiavelli, the Don. And one of the things that I learned when researching the Illuminati was about the international bankers that was trying to take control over the United States. And technically they ended up doing so with Woodrow Wilson signing, the Federal Reserve Act in 1912, 1914, something like that. Yeah, he quite literally put everybody on the hook. But before then, the international bankers were actually trying to, basically take over the United States using their ability of currency. And Abraham Lincoln went to the international bankers because he was running out of money after the South succeeded and basically separated and stopped giving taxes to the North, it became a situation where they could not fund the Civil War. And so what happened was Abraham Lincoln went to the international bankers and tried to take out a loan. And they wanted to do like 10% on each dollar loaned or something like that. And Lincoln said that that's preposterous. So what Lincoln did was Lincoln went to Congress and had them take up their constitutional right, because according to the Constitution, Congress has the right to coin the dollar and regulate the value thereof. And so Lincoln forced Congress to basically print money so that he can have money for the Civil War. And Congress printed up roughly under 500 million, roughly under $500,000. And they're called American greenback dollars. And I want you all to see what I'm talking about, because this is the thing about knowing history and knowing what these tethers are trying to do. Because when you know the history, when the tether says something like that, the first thing you're going to do is say, you know you done messed up. You know you done messed up. Or are you going to smile and laugh and say,
she got your ass.
So, Congress created $500 million of American greenback dollars, and they were called American greenbacks. Well, you'll be able to see it for yourself. This is a copy of one of the notes that was created in order to fund the Civil War. And it's called an American greenback dollar. There was no artifacts used. There was no Haitian money brought to America, to the Union, saying, here, use this to fight your war. How? How would you? When you guys were dead broke to begin with. All the gold that y'all was talking about, all that gold that you said that America took, that was because we loaned your ass money and you couldn't pay it back. And when you couldn't pay it back, we went in there and we took the collateral. But even then, you've been paid tenfold. If you look at how much money America has spent with Haiti since 2010, billions of dollars. So family, if you hear anybody, because that might be the next talking point, Haiti funded the Civil War. No. The Civil War was funded due to the fact that Lincoln forced Congress to print up some money so that they can fight. And it was won because we forced Lincoln to allow us into the damn war. And then we said, we get to go ahead and unalive these bastards that's been enslaving us. Say less. That's the history, family. That is the history. And as you can see, there are several greenback dollars here. And these are some of the most, and I want to show you these as well, because if you ever come across some of these are some of the most valuable pieces of currency that collectors love to collect. When they talking about Confederate money has nothing on the greenback, on the American greenback dollars. If you can find you one that is pristine and in mint condition, oh, that's some bread for that ass. Just a little bit of jewels to drop on you in case you ever come across one of these. Let's get back to this Tether and her lies.
The very people here
in the U.S. independence, Haitians were sent to this country
to help
fight in gaining independence because they were fighting the same colonizer, French and the Spaniard.
All right. Well, that's that. Let me first. I'm not even going to. I've given my commentary throughout. Now I'm gonna go to this sister here, and like I said, sometimes I rock with her. Sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt, because this is one of the same females here that went off on Mona Leo when she came with the Sexy So Long song, and she saw the Pan-African flag in the video. She went off, but then also turned around and said that she would still support her. She would still play the music. But when she's right, I'll give her that. She's right. A B1 salute to our sister. Faith Speaks, life in the building. Much love to you, my sister queen. And thank you for being here as always. Let's continue.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this girl. I have blocked her on every platform, but y'all keep recording her videos. I don't know why y'all keep responding to this girl. She didn't piss me off already enough. Watch the clip and then I'm gonna respond. Day that I'm not reminded that I'm Haitian, I acting as if there's a separation between us. That's where you let the perpetrators do exactly what they came here to do, destruct and divide us. What do you mean allow the perpetrators to do what they came here to do? As if you are from here when you just said that you're Haitian. You are speaking as if this is your land. That's why we don't fuck with y'all. Y'all are disrespectful. I'm gonna say it like this. Y'all come to our land and y'all try to claim it as if it is yours because you're technically a part of the group based off of certain standards that we don't live by. We choose not to live by because y'all are disrespectful. Y'all don't accept us as a group. Y'all literally say that we don't know where we're from. We don't know our culture. We don't know our bloodline, but y'all can't even be in y'all own country disrespectfully. Every time y'all mention us, y'all are trying to force us to live in alignment with y'all based off of y'all standards, and that's not the way that we want to live. Y'all behave as if we cannot have our own individuality, that we literally come from America. This is our fucking land. We are the true Americans. We don't want to go there. I find it so weird. I find it so weird how Haitian, Nigerians, everybody else can have their own individuality, but once black people from America speak up, oh my, no, y'all are slaves. You can't tell us who the fuck we are. We know who we are. We live it every fucking day. That is why we have you are not from here. You're a tether. You're an immigrant. Disrespectfully. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel about it. It is so disrespectful. Just because your mama and your daddy came over here at a certain point and then they gave birth to you does not give you membership or ownership of this whole existence. That is why we separate ourselves, because y'all do not respect our space and who we are in America. We don't go to nobody else's country trying to overpower, trying to overthrow, trying to disrespect. We stay in our country minding our own fucking business. We go, we travel, and we come home. Everybody want to come to America and try to dictate some shit to Black Americans. Tasha K. Comparing us to the KKK the other day because people got something to say about her African husband. When have Black people ever hung somebody? Baby, when has Black people ever drugged somebody from the bed of the fucking truck? How dare you? Y'all are disrespectful. You're Haitian. Stop speaking on us. You're not equal to us. It's pissing me off. It's pissing me the fuck off, and I don't care how nobody feel about it.
Shout out to that sister. Like I said, when she's right, she's right. I can't, I might question some of her choices, but she's allowed to make her own choices. She's a grown woman, and I respect that. But when she's right, she is right as rain, right as rain, and she just absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. I couldn't even, say nothing wrong with that. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna let you do your thing. Here's an apron. You need a knife? Here's a knife. I got some cutting boards over there. The pots are right there. Need some seasonings in that cabinet right there. People are tired. People are tired, especially when you are continuously speaking up on us and don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm gonna play this next clip, but I'm gonna play this one uninterrupted, and I'm gonna catch it on the back end.
We as a people have to understand that race, ethnicity, and nationality doesn't make us any different. It doesn't make us any different to say I identify as Black, I identify as Jamaican, I identify as Haitian, I identify as just plain American. That doesn't change. I could just say I'm Black today. I don't have to tell you I'm Haitian. I don't have to tell you anything for you to understand that I am still you. And when I look in the mirror, when I go outside in this world, when these Caucasians look at us, they see us as one people, Black. But the problem is a group of people that don't know their identity cannot be rewarded reparations. That is why we never got
It's about.
reparations.
It is about reparations. That was what the big argument is. Let's just say that.
The issue is if we do not claim or know.
I said I was going to let it play through, but damn it, family. Number one, you are not us. We are not you. You can't speak up on our reparations. You are not entitled to it. What are you talking about? That's why we can't get reparations. You can't get reparations because you're not going after the right people. You're sitting here trying to cosplay as a foundational Black American, talking about getting reparations from the government that owes us. What the hell is wrong with these deanbacks? All right, I'll let the rest play out now. I got to control myself on this one because anytime these folks start talking about our reparations and then try to make it seem like we're the same, this is why we ain't getting reparations. It's asinine and it's deplorable.
Our roots, then we can never be awarded for it. The reason why the Jews, the reason why Asians have bills and everybody else has these things is because they know clearly who and how to identify. I am so disheartened at this conversation. I don't have no more else to say besides the fact that y'all are hard to love. This community is very hard to love. I don't even know what to say to that because then what are we going to get rid of Malcolm X? His mother was from Grenada. Marcus Garvey was from Jamaica. So if you're going to get rid of your prominent leaders that was the trailblazers to a lot of the movements that we've had in this country, okay? And even to the fact that I can't own the fact that my people were the reason we're sitting here is because we revolted and we said no more and we helped so many people. I can't even own that. And people are walking around here calling me a tether, saying that I cannot claim that I'm Black. Even the video of this young man stating that he didn't even understand the difference between race and ethnicity. Race is what you physically see. I can't physically tell the distinction between nobody at this table. Ethnicity is your cultural roots. Your nationality is where you're legalized. So until we even understand the distinction of words, you are not even Black. And I don't even want to have that conversation because what you tell your kids you're Black and your kids say, well, my skin color ain't Black, Mom. Where did that come from? Your oppressor gave you these words, but we sitting around literally going back and forth because of words that does not even define your roots.
I'm saying, what difference does it make?
That is also
Because
what I'm saying.
nobody is going to see. But it's one thing when you say it at another time last week or next week or this week, and then you say it another time and you say it different. It's about being consistent and showing up consistently that way to say, look, we're just Black. Period.
Yes.
No one is going to see us.
Even me fighting this fight and being pro-Black, I didn't realize how deep-rooted the hate was in our community. I didn't know it was that deep-rooted. I didn't know I would be fighting to be loved by my own community. I didn't know I was going to be this outed, and it feels very discomforting. It literally feels like, oh, now I see what they did. They did a number on us. Really so much so you want me to hate myself to where I can't even identify.
Shout out Noki 4 missiles in the building. Escape from Haiti. Family, I don't know if y'all could tell, but I was grinding my teeth. I was hitting my chair and all kind of stuff. I was just waiting on her to finish. I said I was going to wait, and I had to wait. I was going to wait, damn it. Let me also give a B1 salute to our good brother DSB in the building. Shout out my dark-skinned brother. Much love to you, my warrior brother, and thank you for being here. Let me say this. What does it matter? It's a statement that people make when it doesn't pertain to them. Somebody drives on your lawn and you come out and say, hey, what the hell are you doing? Get off my goddamn grass. Or what does it matter if I park right here? You know, you got a car in the driveway and there's no parking on the streets. What does it matter? That term, or excuse me, that sentence, what does it matter, is a disrespectful sentence in itself because it's always used when it doesn't, what actually matters does not apply or isn't applicable to the person who's stating what doesn't matter. But it matters to the person who you are accosting, who you are freaking taking from. Let me also say this. Malcolm X is a foundational Black American. His mother is half Grenadian, if I'm remembering correctly. He still had foundational Black American blood on this soil, tied to this dirt, to this land, this lineage, this history, this culture. And Marcus Garvey, oh, family. Nobody should ever bring up Marcus Garvey to us again. Ever. I was going to save this for the part 2 of Important Asians, but I can give you a little tidbit. I'll just show when I do that broadcast, I'll actually show you the documents. But you can look this up for yourself, family. Do you know? And shout out to some chick named Star in the building. Much love to you, my warrior sister, and thank you for being here, as well as our good brother Leonard Day Yuda in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, as well as our sister Sybil in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. Family, we know that Marcus Garvey worked with the white supremacists and the KKK. But you know who else he worked with? Marcus Garvey not only worked with the KKK, but Marcus Garvey also worked with one Walter Shelby Plecker. Oh, him and Walter Plecker were good old buddies. So you have the man who was erasing the lineage of the indigenous blacks here in America, the man who was sending out hits to every goddamn vital statistic building in the South saying, hey, y'all need to do this, to the point where they quite literally made it a Jim Crow practice to remove indigenous from birth certificates and marriage records and put Negro. You had that man working with the man who was trying to remove us from our land. So you had one guy trying to remove us through paper genocide, and the other guy who quite literally was trying to physically remove us. Oh, you never knew that, sis? Yeah, not just that. Not just that. When Marcus Garvey, and all this is verifiable, you can look it up for yourself. Marcus Garvey, when he was arrested on that mail fraud, guess who wrote the president on his behalf? Walter Plecker sent a certified letter to the president of the United States lobbying to have Marcus Garvey released. In the letter, Plecker said, well, you know, the the lesson you intend to teach has served its purpose. You can go ahead and let him out. He's a good man. He's one of the good ones. I'll be damned if somebody try to bring up Marcus Garvey to me ever a damn again. Ever again. This man was not only a tether, but he was fully working with the people in the government to erase us and get us the hell up out of here. Shout out to Mrs. L. Thank you for, excuse me. Thank you for going deep into our history on this, Brother Church. I noticed the tethers never mentioned Walter Plecker at all, because it destroys all of their narratives. When we bring up that white supremacist, you are absolutely right. They will duck, dodge, and then try to sit here and say, well, if that happened, it only happened in Virginia, without telling folks that no, it became a standard practice in the Jim Crow South. Yeah, these tethers ain't gonna, this is a warning, tethers. Don't you bring up Marcus Messiah God. See, y'all thought that he was the Messiah. Nah, this right here, this FBA energy right here, this majority energy of this time and this day, that's the Messiah. All things will come to the light. All things done in the dark will be forced into the light. And I don't have a problem forcing it. When I do my research, I'm very, very thorough. And it was not meant for me to come across that letter from Walter Plecker for the first broadcast on the importing Asians, because I would have made that whole damn broadcast about their relationship. And that's not what that broadcast was for. So I thank the Most High that the letter that I found, that was a lot later. But God damn it, I wish a tether would try to bring up Marcus Garvey to me. So I guess this tether caught that backlash like, you know, people usually do when they disrespecting the home soil, when they disrespecting the people of the soil, the Most High's children. Yeah, you know, and speaking of which, let me say this as well. To all my family who practice heavily within the prophecies of the Hebrews and us being the real Hebrews of the Bible, the Israelites. When I bring this information of our history to the forefront, I want you all to know and understand when I say it is not an erasure of the biblical prophecy at all. And I try to explain this in the way that I explained it several times over, because I need people to understand me. I am not going against anybody's ideology. I am not going against what you believe. If anything, I'm giving you a new way to look at it and heighten what it is. So on my next broadcast, when we talk about Important Asians Part 2, the IA Part 2, I'm going to be discussing and bringing up documented evidence of all the folks who came over here from the 1600s on out, who documented the indigenous people of the land being Hebrew Israelites, being the children of the tribe of Judea. So I want to make sure all those who might see and hear the way that I speak about us being indigenous to this land, and they might take it as if I'm erasing our biblical purpose. No, not at all. The Most High say, a day to me is like 1,000 years. So when we're talking about the Bible, you cannot look at it as a linear situation. You have to understand that some things are going to be out of place. If I was to tell you that the wood that the Bible says that Noah used to build the ark, gopher wood, if I was to tell you that gopher wood is only found and only indigenous to Florida, am I saying that the flood never happened? No. I'm just stating a historical fact to go along with what biblical scripture says. So when the Bible says they will make up, down, and down, up, I try to bring down back to being down and lift up back to being up. Now, I will never tell anybody what to believe or how to think or how to move. I will just bring you the historical history. I will bring you biblical history, and we can move forward with that. But much love to each and every one of you, because I understand standing on business for what you believe and what you know to be true. I digressed a little bit, but apparently, old girl, she caught some backlash like they usually do. And she had to come back with another video. And that video was just as asinine as the last video. And the fact of the matter is this: you can quite literally tell that both videos were scripted, because she said something idiotic in the last video, and then she's going to try to come and show us her vocabulary is extensive. Let's go here.
With today's word of the day. Today's word is balkanized, which means to divide a larger group, region, or a community into smaller sections that are often hostile or uncooperative with one another. I know that was a mouthful, but I say this with love. My recent post has caused me to take a step back, because something I very much so underestimated is the hate that Black people have for one another. I absolutely underestimated how much hate we have for one another. I didn't realize that we allowed ourselves to become balkanized, literally to become balkanized over which nationality can claim the term Black. I didn't know our hate was this deep rooted. There are so many think pieces and so many videos that I'm getting sent by people that have already blocked me, stating that I'm not a foundational Black American, I can't claim that I'm Black, so on and so forth. First off, coward, why are you talking about me and not allowing me the ability to respond? But yet all of my videos are all over your face. That's cowardly. Second of all, I am to the abrupt understanding that some of you don't read. You absolutely don't read, and I cannot have a conversation with people who are literally dedicated to their ignorance. Okay, I can't, because you don't read. Because if you did read, you would understand that Marcus Garvey was a foreigner. Hold on.
Back to Marcus Garvey. Back to the same old talking points. They cannot get over or get through them. I'm pretty sure people done told her already. Nobody gives a damn.
Malcolm X's mother was from Grenada. So we have a Jamaican and a Grenadian, right?
Not a ghost dad.
Did you know, right? Because some of you don't read, so maybe I'm giving you new information. Did you know that Malcolm X founded an organization called Afro-American Unity? Is this news to you? Where he was trying to put together and bring together all of the Black people from all of the different states, all the different nationalities from all over the world. He was trying to bring us all together.
And them folks told him no. He went over to Africa and they told him to kick rocks. The very same way Nelson Mandela came over here and said he was not interested in helping out with the Negro plight. You see, like I said, we have the gift of hindsight being 2020.
To be a collective and collaborate on the things that are affecting all of us. So I'm trying to understand, when did you lose the ploy? When did the plot lose you, or were you always lost all along? Help me so I can help you. Maybe I'm not understanding why we have allowed ourselves to be balkanized. I don't get it.
Now, family, I was going to go off on this balkanized term, but you know, our good brother King, he's quick at the draw. He's quick at the draw. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and let our brother go ahead and clear this out like he always do. Let's go here, family.
Today's word of the day. Today's word is balkanized, which means to divide a larger group, region, or a community into smaller sections that are often hostile or uncooperative with one another. I know that was a mouthful, but I say this with love. My recent post has caused me to take a step back because something I very much so underestimated is the hate that Black people have for one another. I absolutely underestimated how much hate we have for one another. I didn't realize that we allow ourselves to become balkanized, literally to become balkanized over which nationality can claim the term Black. I didn't know our hate was this deep rooted. There are so many think pieces and so many videos that I'm getting sent by people that have already blocked me, saying that I'm not a foundational Black American, I can't claim that I'm Black, so on and so forth outwardly. Second of all, I am to the abrupt understanding that some of you don't read. You absolutely don't read, and I cannot have a conversation with people who are literally dedicated to their ignorance. Okay, I can't, because you don't read. Because if you did read, you would understand. Marcus Garvey was a foreigner. Hold on, Malcolm X's mother was from Grenada.
Here's where I stop you. Where do they be poaching you immigrants from when they decide to give y'all a platform? Because y'all really are not smart people. Let's start with her word of the day, balkanized. The irony here is funny. That term was coined when the Ottoman Empire collapsed because an imperial power tried to force distinct ethnic populations under one top-down ruling umbrella. Sound familiar? Let's get into it. Weaponizing balkanization because you're not smart enough and don't know that words mean things to defend a generic racial book manufactured by 18th century pseudoscientific race theory that literally ain't real, ain't just bad history. It's defending an imperial construct, which we know you and your people love to do. Your entire premise falls apart on the basic category error. You can't balkanize something that was never a single unified body to begin with. Let me walk you down. That's called reification, which is my word of the day, which is you taking an abstract racial category and pretending it was always a concrete, prepackaged family unit. The American Negro didn't splinter off from a global monolith because it never existed. We underwent our very own distinct evolution right here on this soil, forged through a specific legal, historical, and domestic experience that had nothing to do with you, African Haitian. When Black Americans claimed Black as a primary self-designation in the 20th century, it was never an homage to global melanin or phenotypic reductionism. I know, big words. It was a conscious radical political mobilization created on American soil to dismantle a specific domestic caste system. Our Blackness comes from opposing whiteness. You don't know anything about that because you fall in line with whiteness. As far as we're concerned, y'all the same people, reducing a blood-bout political and ethnic identity to a mere paint swatch because we share skin tones so it can double as an open-ended global holding cell is called erasure. And that is never going to happen to my people under any circumstances, African Haitian. Now I want y'all to peep the glaring double standard. Foreigners are routinely permitted and encouraged to preserve their distinct ethnic identities, national origins, and strict cultural boundaries. Yet the moment Black Americans exercise that exact same right to protect our specific lineage, history, and legal claims, the rules suddenly shift and we are accused of HATE or division. Sounds like a game is being played in my people's faces. See, power structures historically rely on you buffer classes to diffuse native leverage and cause ethnic confusion, expecting Black Americans to remain the permanent political mules for a global umbrella that offers zero reciprocal protection, while the civil rights pathways carved out through our indigenous American blood are leveraged by groups who align with the system against us, is a one-way extraction of political labor that has reached its expiration date. They didn't bring you here because they knew you would fight on our behalf. They did it because they knew you were willing to be weaponized against Black Americans. Let's be clear. And trying to use Malcolm X and his mother as a point ain't gonna work on this end because Malcolm X was an American Negro through and through with a half Grenadian mother. Funnily enough, Malcolm was also rejected by African leaders when he went to them for assistance. And Garvey, the opportunist, the one who scammed my people with fake boats and talk crazy about us to the Triple K. So not only can you not read, you don't know history and you're a walking example of why we want nothing to do with you people. So keep going.
Shout out to my sister Yaya Israel in the building. Much love to you. That African Haitians get me all the time too. Like everybody is really on board with calling these folks African Jamaicans, African Dominicans. They want to call us African American? Okay. We're going to call you African whatever you are. So I love it when people use it. And since, and let me do this for the brother real quick. Hold on. Got to do it. Shout out to our brother King, because that man be spitting that hot fire like Dalan. And he's always on point with it. But I got to do my little thing too. You know, everybody have the word of the day. Well, let me add my word of the day. You know, my word of the day here today, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to write it down and look it up later. I'll give you the definition, but you can still look it up for yourself later. The word that I would like to bring on the family is Mary Andrew. And Mary Andrew is a noun. And Mary Andrew actually describes a person who entertains people by using and utilizing clown activities.
Send in the clowns.
This woman is very Mary Andrew all damn day. Everything she does is buffoonery. It's buffoonery. She is a clown. Just like many of these folks, they're clowns. And that term again, family, Mary Andrew. Mary Dash Andrew. It's a real sophisticated way to call these people clowns. Family, these folks don't understand how the system works, and they don't understand how we work. And they think that they're going to be able to just tell us how history goes and how the United States work, how white supremacy work, as if we don't have our doctrines in white supremacy. Some of us literally, shout out to the family who has their degrees in white supremacy. These folks think that they can tell us stuff and then turn around and start crying whenever they get hit over the head. Let's go here. Did you hear about the Haitians out in New York who are mad at Mayor Mandani, who said that he was going to protect the Haitians from deportations? And now he's saying, yeah, not so much. Yeah, that's a federal thing. I'm a state guy. I really can't do much. Let's go here.
It's a very, very sad story out of New York City. Mayor Mamdani is getting rid of Haitians that work in the city hall and other.
Family, I did not put this music behind this. This music is what they selected. This is the music that they chose.
New York City establishments, because President Trump has revoked their temporary protection status, TPS. So he said he have no choice but to let them go. Now, he promised to protect these people during his campaign. So I don't understand what changed now. How come he suddenly realized that he have no power to override the federal government's stance on this issue? Because he has disappointed these people, and where are they going to go? Where are they going to get a job now? This is so sad, and President Trump should please consider to, renew the TPS of these people and allow them to continue to live here and work here, because Haiti is not safe. What do you think about this? Drop your comment below.
Family, I just can't with these people. He said he promised us that he would not let this happen. How could you go back on your promise? How could you tell us and then go back on your promise?
Now, how come he suddenly realized that he have no power to override the federal government's stance? How come he suddenly realized that he have no power to override the federal government's stance? I don't understand what changed now. How come he suddenly realized that he have?
I don't understand what changed now. What changed now?
What changed now? How come he suddenly realized that he have no power to override? He promised to protect these people during his campaigns. He promised to protect these people during his campaign. He promised to protect these people during his campaign. So I don't understand what changed now. How come he suddenly realized that he have no power to override the federal government's stance on this issue? Because he has disappointed these people, and where are they going to go? Where are they going to get a job now? This is so sad, and President Trump should please consider to renew the TPS of these people and allow them to continue to live here and work here, because Haiti is not safe. What do you think about this? Drop your comment below.
I think that my cheeks hurt. I've been smiling and laughing so hard throughout this broadcast that my cheeks are literally starting to hurt. Oh my God. In between he thought us. I do not understand. He thought us that he would protect us. What changed? In between that and the goddamn Zelda flute in the background, I am tore the hell up about that. Oh my God, family. But they want to try to talk to us about white supremacy. They want to talk to us about the system of white supremacy. They want to teach us something. Oh man, shout out to the Feathered Serpent of the West in the building. Shout out to Percy Skies. And Reverend Pimpwell in the building. Oh, family, that flute took me out. And when Still Kevin, shout out to my brother, said he's in the back playing the Zelda flute, that hit me hard. Oh man, he can't get to the next level unless he play that flute. Oh man, family, this energy that we're on, what we've been doing, it is tearing a hole through everything. And I want you all to understand it and be proud of it and understand now that maybe we're not waiting on a black Messiah. Matter of fact, I can remove the maybe. I can tell you definitively that we're not waiting on a black Messiah. The black Messiah is already here. And the messed up part about it is the CIA can't just go and take it out. The FBI can't just go and take it out, because this is a non-centralized situation where you can't just stop one person. You can't shoot the Church of Black Power and think that this whole thing is going to stop. This thing is going to continue whether I continue or not, whether Tariq continues, whether anybody in the new black media continues. Jason Black, a Sister Brooke, over there at Thorough Black Truth, no matter what happens to any of us, God forbid, this is going to keep happening. Because the black Messiah that he was so afraid of, we decided that he was right to be afraid. Before we get out of here, family, because Tasha KKK was brought up several times in this broadcast, I want people to understand we ain't out there just checking the foreign tethers. We're checking domestic tethers. We're checking domestic coons. We're checking every damn body. And guess what? Once we check them, that lifeline that they hope to find, that bridge is burned. It is gone. It's cooked. Let's go here. Tasha K admits that she got cooked, so she had to get offline for a little bit. Roland is on suicide watch. I haven't heard a damn thing about it. And the second he popped his ass out, pause.
That was crazy.
For sure.
I don't even know what to say.
We can't keep doing this shit, man.
As soon as he poked his nose out to want to say anything, I'm dropping the whole damn EP on his ass. Pause. Allegedly, of course. Let's go here.
This week, which was trifling as hell, that Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson. Was it A, DJ Envy, B, Whack 100, C, Cameron, D, DJ Academics? This has been all over the news.
I believe. See, you gonna get me to lie.
See, come on. Who said this week that Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson on their show?
I had to delete my social media this week because my notifications was just going off too much.
Great.
You know, I said something that pissed off the community, and I said, "What the hell with it? They'll get over it in 3 days."
Oh, you thought we'd get over it in 3 days. And then you got flamed for 3 days straight. And on the 4th day, you got flamed again. And on the 5th, 6th, and 7th day, we rested. And now you come out poking your head out to see, has everything calmed down? And she's trying to make it seem like, well, you know, they get over it. No, what she's really saying is, I had to get offline so I can protect my peace because folks was coming at my dome. As they should, too. Everybody's getting that blackout energy. Everybody, that ABK, the blackout, that Black Messiah energy. And they can't take it. And now I'm hearing that Dave Anderson is going to be going on to her broadcast to debate her or have a conversation with her. I hope he's getting paid to do so. And I'm not saying, hey, I'm saying, from my opinion, I don't believe anybody should go to her platform and give her any type of extra clout, nor do I believe if you're going to go over there, should you do it for free. However, everybody can make their own decisions. I'm just saying, I hope my brother is going to get his money if he's going to go over there. Screw it. If you're going to do it, get paid. Oh, she canceled? Yeah, she probably started looking into him. You think she ain't gonna do no background checks? No, she wants somebody who ain't gonna be able to hold a conversation in this situation. She wants somebody who's not gonna be able to articulate the issues at hand and then, you know, make her feel as stupid as she needs to feel. Yeah, she don't want somebody like that. No. She wants somebody like a conscious Fleroy. She want somebody like my apologies, family. Got a text. She wants somebody like an Al Sharpton or something like that. But none of those folks are going to be able to speak for us because they can't speak for us now. Let's be very clear about that. And yeah, I seen that Michi X video clip. I actually have it here, but I was going to go over it today. I'm going to wait until Friday because I actually have to take off in a bit to go to work, get my work on. So I do have one more clip though. And we will be speaking about that Michi X clip because like I said, a lot of folks, and this is the thing that really disgusts me about folks. A lot of folks act like all of us as grown-ass human beings can't make our own decisions and didn't make our own decisions without somebody like Tariq coming along. And if she's mad at us because she thinks ADOS is supposed to be somewhere else and we said no, we walked away from it, and they're supposed to be bigger than what they are, then somebody get her a cape so she could be super mad. Somebody feed her a lot of food so she could be big back mad. I don't care. I want people to understand that, especially in a situation like ADOS, I didn't care about the beef that her and Tariq had against each other because that wasn't my business. Now, I found them clowning each other quite hilarious, I must say, but I didn't care. You know what made me leave or say, I want no connection with that? It's the fact that she was trying to make people, let me rephrase that. She was trying to act like people's mothers. She was trying to tell people that they're supposed to be, or they should be responsible with what we should do with our reparations. And as soon as I heard that, immediately no. So for anybody who gives Tariq that much damn credit, they're quite literally saying that they don't think that we're smart enough to make our decisions, our own decisions about the people that we listen to. And like I said, we'll talk more on that on Friday. I'll break that down in depth. You can't even, because in the video, she tried to give Yvette Cornell and Antonio, she tried to give them all of the credit, talking about, well, you know, everything is because of ADOS, and ADOS is the mother, and Tariq stole their whole talking point, stole their flow, and all this other stuff, as if Dr. Claude Anderson didn't exist before Yvette Cornell did. And I hate to give credit, but I got to give credit where credit is due. I was listening to Dr. Claude Anderson when he was doing the broadcast with Boyce Watkins before I even got turned on to Yvette Cornell, our Tone Talk. Also, I've never heard Tariq use any of their talking points. He quite literally tells you exactly where he got it from and how everything happened, and you can believe him or you don't. But here's the thing. The second that you try to make it seem like, well, we're just following a leader, we're just following him, and we don't know what the hell we're talking about, you're taking away our right to choose what we like to hear, what we don't like to hear, who we want to be dealing with, who we don't want to be dealing with. And to be honest with you, nobody's our leader, so we should be able to say, hey, I don't like what this person is saying, so I'm done listening to this person. You ain't gonna shame me, and you ain't gonna disrespect me as if I can't make logical decisions. There's a bunch of intelligent people in the black grassroots. But I digress. Like I said, we'll get to that on Friday. In closing, though, I want to touch on this. Because Tabitha Tweaks popped back out to discuss Tasha KKK. Exactly, my sister. Flex is my brother, not my daddy. I have a dad and a grandfather. Just saying. And I question them sometimes. So don't think that everybody is just following a lead that Tariq said. No. He ain't the only one that heard the way these people were talking. All FBA enemies are being revealed. You are not lying. You are absolutely not lying. Let's go here. Tabitha Tweaks. What you got to say?
By definition, I am clear that I am a foundational Black American. I don't 100% follow the movement. I most certainly don't follow the Tariq Nasheeds or the other people that she mentioned. I don't follow none of those people. I personally identify as a Black American. But with that said, I understand what the FBA movement is about. The movement. But the movement, I understand what they are saying. I understand what their purpose is and what the goals are that they're trying to achieve. Some FBA telling her that she can't be a part of the movement because she's married to an African man, to be ignorant about the movement and then trying to speak on the movement, and then you're speaking on the movement through the lens of Republicans.
Family, we already know this woman is a damn op. But then she comes out doing some oppy stuff like that. Nothing she said sounded organic. Nothing flowed. Nothing was original. Everything she said, and they even counted it and put it in a damn caption. She said, she said movement 8 damn times. That was her agenda, to conflate what is going on. There is no movement called Foundational Black Americans. That is our lineage. Our movement is delineation, and delineation is quite literally showing itself to be the Black Messiah, because God dang it, looking at all y'all coming out, y'all must be coming against the Messiah. Like the devils you are. This is what we mean. This is how powerful we've become. All by just harnessing that power. Harnessing the delineation. And said enough is a goddamn enough. And everybody who's coming out is catching hell when they come out against us. I was listening to one of the sisters the other day, and she was telling me how she feels that these tethers are cursed. And they're cursed because of us, but not by any doing of ours. And I would expand that. All of these folks are cursed. All of these folks that feel like they can come against the Most High's people are quite literally seeing the ABK expeditiously. The Most High is showing up and showing out. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. An intelligent person would see the spiritual implications that's going on, and they would be able to say, yeah, oh God, Lee, let me not mess with those folks over there, because it seemed like there's something that's protecting them folks. It seems like they got on the full armor of God or something, because God dang it, every time somebody says something wrong about them or start talking mess about them, all of a sudden, they get put under the spotlight, the microscope, and, they start losing fans, and they start losing money, and they start losing followers. But then again, family, I said if they're smart. And we know most of these folks are just plain moronic. So at the end of the day, family, I think we're seeing with our own eyes exactly what J. Edgar Hoover was afraid of. His theory was correct. It's just the who that was wrong. And I gotta say, I'm okay with him being being wrong and right. Because he was right to be afraid, be very afraid. And I'd like to pass that on to the rest of society. Maybe you should pick up or adopt a healthy fear of foundational Black Americans as well. Or you can continue to make things worse for yourself. Either way, it bothers me none. It doesn't make me none. What you eat don't make me poop. But you'll figure it out. All of you. From the Nabisco to the goddamn Latino to the goddamn Tethers to the goddamn Coons. Everybody is going to figure out the Black Messiah is here. Either adapt or perish. That simple. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. A B1 salute to our sister FBA Queen. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior. Sister Delineation, an ABK house cleaning tool. I love that. All dusties are coming out of the closet. They're literally vomiting in their hateful garbage out of their mouths. You are absolutely correct. They're falling out of the closets like skeletons. Everybody just has to say something, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And the best part about it, family, we ain't got to question. We ain't got to look around and question. All we got to do is sit back and wait. And they show themselves every single damn time. Oh, B1 salute to our brother Masa Musa in the building. I didn't see you come in, my warrior brother. Thank you for being here. And a B1 salute to our sister Key Prince. Thank you for your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior sister. Family, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for sharing some of your hump day with me. Go out and, like KG said, hump something. Oh, family. I'd like to thank all my mods, my members, everybody in the chat that was lighting it the hell up. Godly, this was a fantastic broadcast, and I want to thank each and every one of you for doing so, for making it a fantastic broadcast, because y'all was lighting this chat the hell up. My mods, my members, my patrons, whether you donated by Cashapp, Super Chat, or anywhere else, much love to each and every one of you, family. And with that being said, I want you all to stay safe, stay black, and most importantly, stay foundational. The doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm out.